For years now, we've been encouraging people to put kindness and compassion more on their agenda. Most people we know are at some level kind. And there is a difference between being kind when opportunity presents itself and being proactive in kindness and compassion. Is kindness on my daily agenda? Is kindness something I'm thinking about week by week? Is kindness something that I'm encouraging others to engage with? Because that's where we can really cumulatively, with small acts and major acts together, really make a difference to the world. The world can light up more when kindness is on many people's agenda. So we often ask people to think about random acts of kindness just because we can. What can I do today to make a stranger's life a little bit better today? It might be seeing an opportunity to carry someone shopping. It might be putting £1 in the parking meter ready for someone to find when they arrive. It might be paying for someone else's meal in a restaurant. It may be just smiling and saying thank you to someone who doesn't get thanked and smiled at very often. It can be many and varied. But to just think, where could I do random or well thought through acts of kindness and compassion in daily life? Okay. So today is the 5th of December 2012, and in less than 3 weeks' time, 21st of December, I'll be arriving in hospital, and by the end of that day I will have given one of my kidneys to a stranger. It all began in 2011, actually. We were listening to someone giving quite a moving speech about their own experience of a stranger contributing something that really gave her life back. And it was about actually bone marrow for that particular person. And I was very moved by that, and I thought, well, wow, it can make such a difference to someone's life, because it clearly had for them, by donating, for example, bone marrow. And I can remember going away from that determined I was going to check that out and see how I could be involved in donating bone marrow. And I went to the Anthony Nolan website, and there was like a questionnaire to check whether I'd be suitable as a donor and what have you. Went through that, and actually to my disappointment there was one box that was ticked that meant that I was unsuitable to actually donate bone marrow. The next thing that really was a nudge, if you like, on this journey for me was I was listening to a radio show. I was driving along, and this guy came on the radio that was talking about this very thing of being able to be an altruistic donor, as it's referred to, of a kidney, and that most people could quite healthily donate one kidney and go on living very healthily with just one remaining. And I started to ponder about, there are people out there who right now are in a desperate situation, really, in terms of they're on regular dialysis and their life's pretty much put on hold. And they're almost like waiting for an unfortunate situation of someone dying just to have a chance at having a transplant. And I thought, what if I could make a massive difference now to one of those people's lives? If I was looking them in the face, I think, I'd want to help. So next week I'm having my final appointments with a physician, with a surgeon, and also with the Human Tissue Authority that give final approval to this. And after those appointments, we're good to go. The target date is actually in less than 3 weeks' time, which is 21st of December is the target date where I'll be going in and hopefully giving someone an early Christmas present. It is done in a way where it's totally anonymous. So the person receiving the kidney will be in a different hospital somewhere with a different surgeon ready to go. And that's good because it doesn't put pressure on either party, if you like, and it will be down to the recipient as to whether they ever make contact with me. They're kind of prompted and asked if they would like to about 3 months after the operation, just to sort of let the donor know how things have gone and what a difference it's made. They're not obliged to do that. and I'm happy either way, really. The operation itself is approximately 4 hours, and going in on the 20th, having the operation on the 21st, I may be out on the 24th, Christmas Eve, how about that? And then a few weeks of getting fully healed. My intention is to heal quickly and get back on track quickly, and get back to business and get back to my life, knowing that someone else has had their life given a lift. And at first I wasn't sure whether to even tell people, apart from my immediate close relatives and loved ones, that I was on this journey, because what I didn't want is for it to be all about me. I wanted it to be a very genuine, authentic gift that I was giving out there to someone to get their life back. And of course, I get amazing benefit of the good feelings of knowing I've done something very purposeful in that way to help enhance their life. Yeah, it's been interesting to notice the range of responses I've had from people across this journey. From people who just think I'm absolutely nuts. Why would you ever entertain, giving your kidney to a stranger? It's just like such a wacky, weird idea to a lot of people. There's also been some people who have been incredibly supportive and really get it. Other people have said, well, what if you get a problem with your other kidney, or you have an accident? And what if your daughter needs a kidney when she's growing up? What if a medical condition means your daughter needs it? And although I can absolutely understand their concern and where that's coming from, a very loving place, I just can't go through life, what if this disaster happens, what would you do then? In a way, I'd never cross a road, I'd never drive anywhere, I'd never get on a plane if it was all based around what if a disaster happens. I'd never get on with my life. So I want to get on with living, and what I do know is right now, there's a long list of people who definitely do need a kidney in order to have an opportunity to really get their life back on track. Some were sort of saying to me, well, isn't part of this that you could help others be aware that they could do kidney donation altruistically, and actually it could be a good opportunity to sort of spread the word that this is something that for the right people, where it speaks to them, they could do it too. So I was kind of like, oh wow, yeah, that would be an extra benefit of this journey if it prompted some other people to do the same. Some people have said to me, well, Tony, you're someone who could make a difference to loads of people in life. You could give some free coaching here, you could do a free training session there where it can't be afforded, you could distribute articles and books, far and wide. Why would you think of helping one person in such a significant way when you've got so much still to offer the world? And I must admit, I was a bit thrown by that, because I got the impression they were seeing it as instead of. I'm giving my kidney instead of helping many people in the world. And I was like, well, I wasn't intending stopping. It was like, this is in addition to helping many people out there in the world in many ways in which we already are and plan to. And it kind of got me thinking, do I think this is all going to go horribly wrong? And if so, that's a caring response that drove that question. But just from my perspective, I'm doing this in addition. I'm helping one person have a chance at getting their life back in addition to helping many other people in many other ways. Some have admired it, some have been inspired by it. And for me, if someone's got some inspiration and got them thinking about, what could I do extra to whatever they're already doing to help enhance someone's life, that's a great extra positive ripple effect of this journey for me. Who knows where those ripples might reach. One person might be inspired to, okay, I'm going to go and give blood. Someone else might say, well, there's some skills I can share with someone that will help them get their life back on track. For some, it might be just going and visiting a neighbour more often because they know it will really count. It may be that maybe if it's only one person eventually that gets inspired to donate their kidney, if it's the right thing for them to do. Wow, To me, that's a real extra bonus, and it was one of the things that did encourage me to start to talk to people about it. I tend to think of the world as one family, even people I've never met. We're all connected at a human level, and a lot of the personal development messages that I buy into and also share with others is very much about helping where help is needed, whether it be a relative, whether it be someone of the same race, who lives in the same country, or someone at the other side of the world that you'll never meet. In a way, that shouldn't be a factor as to whether we're looking to help someone or not. In my value system, I've been inspired by other people's acts of kindness across the world and across history. And if this activity is in any way helping prompt anyone else to just put more kindness and compassion into their daily, weekly life, it will be immensely fulfilling, and it will have served its purpose beyond the individual that I'm wanting to make a difference to their life.